Let's
Oh,
do this. It's time. It's Thursday. It's 9:00 on the East Coast. That means it's time for this week at Gear. Why is that so hard to say? It's time for this week at Gear Report, the show where we talk about everything that's been published since the show last week, things that are in our review queue, and also shit shooting because it's fun.
generalized
Because
crap.
that's where we really add the most value, in my opinion.
Yeah, the other stuff is just fluff. This is
Yeah.
where we shine shit shooting.
Yeah, that's the word I'm going to use.
Shine.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I am doing it.
Oh,
Bam!
geez.
I'm in stereo.
I'm like a.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel comfortable right here where I'm at.
I wonder why. I think that's a perfectly reasonable statement you just made.
Does anybody blame me?
I'm sure for something, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, yeah, but
I gotta go the other way. There we go. I'm trying to get myself even from one side to the other.
We've been messing with all the new cameras and stuff. It's fantastic, everybody.
Oh, there we go. I'm trying to get.
See, I get a new camera. See how big I am.
There we go.
It's lonely in the middle over here. I feel like I'm not in a good place now. Throw it out there.
Oh, what?
I never thought this would happen.
Lonely over here. Well, I hate to be the one to say it, but perhaps if you had a more sunny disposition, you wouldn't find yourself lonely so often. Perhaps. Just saying. I can't handle two Jeffs. Nobody can handle two Jeffs. Oh, down here. See, I don't even know which camera to look at now. Nobody.
It's a mess. Nobody.
All right. That's kind of weirding me out.
He's bringing it. Yeah, thank you. God.
We're going to save the... What should we call that? That's the nose hair cam. That's what we call it.
I like it. Nose hair cam.
We're going to save the nose hair cam for later.
There you go.
I don't think... that
you can always do stuff up here like, look what I have, everybody. And
I know. That's kind of why it's there. Kind of. I'm going back to the Gear Report channel. I don't even know what that means. It's all the Gear Report channel. We have different flavors of Gear Report. Maybe that's what he's getting at. Maybe he was on the Gear Report Firearms channel.
That's the channel.
I just can't get this camera to sit exactly where I want it. There. Oh, did you see where it wobbles there?
Yep. I see that.
It's kind of balancing.
I know. You're the snob. Snob is our lonely guest out here in the chat.
Oh, that's what he means.
You're not. Listen, I'm with you, buddy. I'm right here.
Who are we up against tonight? I feel like that we must be up against someone else. Let me get rid of that again.
I'd go to YouTube, but then when I click on stuff, I hear it through my headphones, so I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I watch other YouTube channels while we stream and stuff, but I like to multitask.
Channels. We are okay. Fun fact, God Snob. We are streaming live on 6 different places now, as we do every week.
So you could be lonely at 6 different places all at once.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
Apparently, we're just as lonely as too. I mean,
both. What kind of rookie comment was that, dude? Both? We're all over the place.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I got to be honest with you. Right here, what I'm seeing, the new camera.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
It just got a little pixelated right as I went to say that. I think it's when you put the can up, when it doesn't have to redraw too many pictures, when you're really
that was crisp, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. As long as it's moving, it gets a little blurry on my end. The more still it is, the more clear it gets. And when it's clear, when you're not moving and it's clear, it looks really good. You see all
my fantastic gray and everything. I'm pleased with the camera too, because I can zoom and I can actually reach my mouse now. Before I was if you guys couldn't tell before, I was like, I'm pretty big. I have a really long reach and I could not reach the table where my mouse and my keyboard were because I was so far away to get in the frame of the old camera.
You do have kind of freakishly long
I know.
arms.
Yeah. It's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not touching anything else with that comment. All right. What do we got here? Our last show. Our
what do
last
we got
show
going on?
15th, right? Pretty sure it was. Is that true? I'm looking at the other screen. Holy smokes. Yeah. I was like, I don't even remember. Did we publish anything? Oh man. I was so far off in wondering. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we published something. I never remember exactly what day it was. All the days run together.
Did we publish stuff?
Hold on. There. I forgot to put the Boo ATF up there,
yes.
which is a new one. I recreated that when I set up a new profile for this show, and I got a profile for a different show. So I just, instead of changing everything individually, I just go up to the top right corner and click and change it there.
That should be on every show.
It makes it easier. But we got 5. We have 5 different things. Oh, I got to get in front of the camera. Or, you know what?
Just me. 5 freakishly pale things.
Pretty sure that when I switch cameras, I lose my microphone.
Yep, you do.
So I didn't even attempt to say anything.
You have to be on both cameras or that one to get sound.
Right.
So hey, we're learning. See, you guys are learning as well as we're learning. Cinco,
right, 5 articles
for the lapers.
So we've got our standard Boo ATF. I can report. I got my weeks mixed up. Next week, on Thursday, right before the show, I'm going to talk to William at Washington Gun Law. Is that what they're called?
Awesome. Yeah. One of my favorites.
About getting him on the show to do some stuff with Gear-Report, talk about his brand and all the stuff they do. So if you want to be prepared in the coming weeks, then you need to go check out Washington Gun Law. Dude, I got to tell you what happened here. The reason I'm struggling to put words together, I'm kind of an anti-sugar person. And I had a cookie with frosting and a Snickers bar because my kids, my birthday is this weekend, and I'm going to be on a scout camping trip. So because I'm not going to be home, they did a little surprise party this evening, which I'm
not going to say anything.
Yeah, I'm a little disturbed by that comment.
I am.
We may come back to that though.
Nobody wants to rub Jeff's head
because I'm not going to be here this weekend. They did a surprise thing for me. I got to tell you, if you ever have an opportunity to do a surprise party for me, it's probably best if you don't. There went my other camera because I have my schedule's busy enough that, I mean, who wants to throw a surprise party for someone and have them react with, "What are you doing? I don't have time for this.
I gotta go."
I mean, I got a show in 23 minutes, right? Like, and awesome. I'm in the middle of a discussion, and I stopped and was like, "That was kind of douchey to treat the family like that." Jen got mad and like walked out of the room and yelled at one of the kids when they said something to her. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a terrible person."
That's what happened.
But
don't do surprises. I'm too busy.
Yeah, like I'm like, you know what? You want to do a party? Just tell me ahead of time so I can be ready for it.
I'll be shocked.
I feel like I'm not in focus completely. I feel like I'm close, but not quite.
You're close.
So.
There you
go. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. Damn it! No wonder. It's like,
See, too much. Now he's got too much technology. Everybody. He has no idea.
Hold on. There, that looks better.
Did you, like when you were close up? I was like
exactly where it was.
I was like, Jeff looks like you look unhealthy right there.
Perfect. That's how I see the world. No, actually, this is how I see the world when I don't have my glasses or contacts.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's how we see it normally.
Rough shit, maybe even more like that. Like I can make out rough shapes, but that's about it.
There you go.
There. That I feel like that's in better focus. I almost got my camera angle right. We just see that I'm on now.
Right. He's on. You're on fire. What are you on?
All right, let's address this. Just 8 more days, I get to rub Jeff's head. What the gun snob is referring to is the Iraq Veteran 8888 annual range day. This is number 10. I think it's going to be like 5 or maybe 6 for me. I think it's 6 because I missed 1 year when
the hurricane was coming through.
Yeah, the hurricane was coming.
We had the RV rented and everything. It was going to be epic.
TJ was renting us an RV, and I was like, it's going to be a mud pit. That RV is going to get trashed. Plus, who wants to drive a rental RV into a hurricane zone? I have a feeling that if it was damaged, they would say, you knew the hurricane was coming. This is negligence.
You have drove right into it, idiot.
I just said, you know what? I don't see a point in going to this and suffering through it. The people who went were like proud of having suffered through it. But
when are you leaving, Snob? How long does it take you to get there?
Yeah. So anyhow, that is not this weekend, but the next weekend. So that's in Georgia. So TJ's going to find his way up from Florida. I'm going to find my way down from North Carolina. The gun snob is going to drive not straight, but he's going to drive from Oklahoma.
200 hours worth of driving.
Yeah. 200, 220.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
240.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't get the whole rub Jeff's head thing because I was not aware of that being a thing.
I'm not going to be in the tent when that happens. I'm throwing it out there.
What are you going to rub? It's not like there's anything entertaining up here anyway. So, but hey, who am I to criticize what other people find entertaining? You know, are you actually going to make it on time Friday? My money says we shall see.
I'm flying in somewhere. I'm going to fly in and somebody's going to pick me up. So either I can fly to Snobs or I can fly to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Or I can hop in the Live Free Armory trailer and drive up with them. Tough call.
Have you talked to them yet? Like
I have not today. I've been busy.
You need to task Snobby with telling them, hey, TJ needs a ride to that event that they're going to.
In case they're wondering, I can haul some stuff. I can lift some things.
He's a good pack mule.
Yeah, I am. I've done it for years.
Well, you used to be a good pack mule. Now, you know, with your
now I'm a prima donna
role, you don't really do the pack mule thing anymore. But at one time, you were an excellent pack mule.
I was. I could haul cases of water around SHOT Show.
14 hours. That's a long drive. I see. It looks like about 4.5 hours for me. So if you figure,
and I can fly up to you in like an hour. So
yeah,
I'm like,
my baby squirrel bladder is such that you got to make time for a pit stop on a 4.5 hour drive. So I'd call it 5 hours, but it's not too bad. But I don't think, man, I hate to say it. I really. Every year I'm like, next year I'm bringing my Humvee, but then Ruben brings one and Bill brings one. So Gear Report has 2 badass Humvees there. Like, is it even worth taking a third one when it's going to be, lots of miles?
3 is better than 2. So I've heard.
All right. So I am mapping on the other screen. I'll only stop for fuel and eat whenever I get gas. No extra stops for me. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. But when I'm driving by myself, I have a can of nuts to eat. And then when the nuts are empty, look how big the opening on this bad mamma jamma is.
It's like he barely fits it in there.
When you get in my car and you see one of these full of apple juice, just understand
it's not apple juice.
I don't drink apple juice. All right. So that's why I like to drive in very loose shorts because it makes it easy.
I might fly into Oklahoma and drive a Snob for 14 hours.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if I have someone in the car with me, then I obviously can't do that. I have to stop and get out.
No, you can do it. I'll just push you once in a while, just nudge you.
So 268 miles. So we'll call that what? About a little side trip, like to the store or something
Like
along the way.
4 hours in the Humvee.
Probably call that like 550 miles for the whole trip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
The Prius
So
is a Gatorade bottle full of gas.
550 miles divided by 10 miles per gallon, which is kind of optimistic, right? So that's going to be what, 55 gallons of diesel.
Math right
And
now.
diesel is what, like about $5 a gallon
I'd
now?
say $5. Easy math.
Yeah, we'll just do easy math. We'll call it 5. So that is equals 55 times that cell is 5, $275 in diesel fuel. Versus if I do the same thing in the car, I don't think I could take the big
that
tent
much gas.
So 45 miles a gallon. And then instead of $5, we're what, like about $3.50 a gallon? That's $43. That's like a $233 difference.
You know how much beer? That's $200 in beer we can buy.
That's insane. See, that's why I
Or
shouldn't
bourbon.
even look.
Yeah, because you're going to price yourself out of it. You're going to logistically price yourself like, oh, I'm not taking the Humvee. Screw that.
But honestly, I thought it'd be like $500. So 275. So take the 43 out. Let's just call it 230. Is it worth $230 to show off my truck there? Assuming nothing breaks and I don't have any other issues that come from going. I don't know. Maybe it is. I've never shown it off there. If I take it, then I have to do a bunch of stuff with it to create content. Otherwise, it's not worth taking it but I'll have access to the other ones. Jeff better suck it up and drive it. I'm telling everyone he only has 8 straight. You tell people whatever you want, Snob. Here's the deal. 2 things have to happen for it to matter what you say. Number 1, I have to care what you say. And number 2, people have to believe you have enough integrity to trust what you say. So
isn't there a Gear Report Humvee channel?
Not yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one. I may just leave the regular Gear Report channel as the Humvee channel. I haven't decided yet. I've created one. I just haven't made it yet. Like okay. I haven't.
It's there. You're waiting patiently for when Gear Report firearms starts getting tagged for stuff.
Yeah,
because I have access to it. You'd be like, TJ, quit posting that.
I'm not sure I'm getting the right context. Could you read this in the appropriate tone of voice and phrasing that Snob would say this, just so I can get it?
All right. Oh, you care.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I bet that is how he meant it.
That's it.
You know what? I didn't care enough to figure it out on my own.
Oh, Jesus.
Honest as a furniture salesman, I don't know how to take that because where I live in North Carolina and where TJ and I went
right there.
School, where TJ and I went to school up in the mountains of North Carolina, furniture manufacturing is pretty big up there. And I've heard of used car salesmen. I've never heard dishonesty associated with furniture salesmen. That's a new one for me.
Hello.
I don't know. Had you heard that before?
A little bit.
Really?
They're on the same. Yeah. They'll tell you anything.
You're a man of the world, though. I'm not necessarily.
I haven't. I was in that area of expertise for a while.
Oh, I really do.
I used to go to the Burlington, the furniture thing every year for my classes. We used to go.
Oh, interesting.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's real wood," and then you'd break it apart and like, it's not real wood. Wow. Real wood. The real wood consists of it's all wood glued together, compressed with all kinds of chemicals and stuff. It's still wood, but it's not like real wood. It's not hardwood.
Right, not solid wood.
Right. But that's how they get you. Sneaky bastards.
Huh. I just can't believe that the topic of our show is revolving around is it real wood or not? Like that's a new low for us.
You want me to get Crystal in here? She'll tell you.
Nope.
No, she might not. She'd be like, yeah, it's not hardwood anymore. It's more softwood.
Oh, this says if I were to leave now, 4 hours and 16 minutes. Going around
Ooh,
Charlotte. That's something I'm gonna have to figure out the timing to get through there when
right.
it's
I
not
was gonna
super
say because
crowded.
that's. I mean, I
Charlotte's
think
a nightmare.
so. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I fly in the night before, or if I fly in that morning, where you're going to be at. What's going to be easiest?
Oh, good news for you. If you fly in the night before, I have permanently in my backyard one of my big portable castles.
Oh,
So you
awesome!
already have a
I
place
get a
to stay.
pre
Or
pre camping night.
yeah, or the van has the bed just stays down in the back. About the only thing I use the van for anymore is hauling sailboats for the
Tents.
Sea Scouts. And when I do that, I have to put the seat in the back down in the bed mode so I can lay like the boom and the sail and the
Mm-hmm.
rudder and all that stuff in the back. And so I just never put it up. It just stays down. So
Right.
it also has kind of the dual function of if I screw up too bad and end up needing to sleep in the doghouse, so to speak, the van's got the bed down and ready. So
But you
yeah.
like
So
camping.
anyhow,
You like
that's the
camping, so
trip.
you could go be like, "Oh, doghouse. All right, I'm out of here. We'll see you."
Yeah. So let's dive into. I changed it to recent reviews, so let's dive through a couple recent reviews
Let's do
here.
it. None of
Real
them are mine.
quick.
Just in case
So
anybody's
let's
wondering,
see.
not mine. I was slacking.
But it was $478 for me to fly. But I bet you're going to spend that much in fuel to drive across and back, and plus then you got to do all the driving. I mean, maybe it's too late to even think about this anyway, but I'm going right past Charlotte regardless, depending on what vehicle I take. If TJ comes here and I take the van, I probably have to take the van in order to fit one of the big ass tents.
Told you we can throw it on top.
Yeah, I think that'll work. Already talking crap. Yeah. Well, you know him well enough to know that is $300 for fuel. That's better than I thought. Cool. So let's see here.
I'm
Getting
looking
to
up
what we're
flights as we
supposed
do
to
this.
cover. A silicon gun saw. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. It got a 3 out of 5 gears, which basically means it performed as expected. 3 sounds bad in Amazon because everyone wants to get 5s on everything. But for us, 3 means it's a good solid product that does what it's supposed to.
Exactly.
It just doesn't overperform. So AJ wrote about those for rifle or shotgun as well as for pistols. He seems to think that this would be pretty good for controlling rust, any kind of corrosion on guns, as well as some other things. You're gonna have to read the article if you want to know what those other things are, because it's a pretty basic product. This one is from Lockdown, part of the Caldwell family. So go check out that article if that interests you. I would like to offer a sup peeps right back to you, to Travis T. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We also appreciate Stacy throwing some love at someone instead of just being crotchety, because she's been known to have a little attitude sometimes. So it's nice to see her
love you
throwing some niceness out there. All right. We'd be stuck at the airport waiting for several hours because the flight comes in at 9 a.m. Yeah. Okay. Do whatever you like. I mean, Charlotte's a shithole, so I understand not wanting to be stuck
Charlotte.
there.
Actually, the only thing I like about Charlotte Airport is that I used to have a beer called Carolina Blonde at one of the bars, and it was delicious.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's 160. It's $160 for me to fly up there.
Oh, cool.
So I could be on Friday. I can be there.
That's round trip?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I could be there. I could be there. I could be there at 6:44 a.m. Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, and I can fly out Monday because we're leaving Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make it as inconvenient for you as possible so I can fly out Monday night.
I can't
For
stand Ubers.
what's that?
You're coming in Friday morning.
I could.
What if you come in if you came in Thursday evening, you need to come in not to Charlotte but to Greensboro or Raleigh.
Okay. That was okay. Yeah, $175. So I might be flying up there. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out tonight. That way everybody knows.
Yep. Cool. Let's see.
In case anybody was wondering. I know everybody's worried about me out there.
Yeah. I've been worried, but I don't know about anyone else.
Speaking
of flying places, our buddy Jason wrote an article and he had to show off his airplane because he flies jets for a living.
He's got a flex.
But then he has a single, 2-blade propeller airplane that he flies around just for fun when he's not working. So he's got some reviews in the queue. Maybe next year I'll go to Georgia just to annoy you guys. I feel like I probably shouldn't have called attention to that. I should have just left that one off the screen. Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, Jason, he's got a number of reviews coming. Like he's got a new Bose headset for use in aircraft, and I think a conversion kit for another one. Like one that's native with Bluetooth and one that works after being converted. He's going to do a review video on those. He's got this video on a little USB charger that fits in the cigarette lighter plug, a little 12-volt plug. So you could use it in a car. He just demonstrates it. I mean, talk about a show off. Talk about raising the bar for a review. I've not done this yet, right?
No, you haven't. You're slacking.
I've maybe made a video where you can see me driving the Humvee. I have never reviewed something, and part of the video is like me messing with it while flying somewhere, not just like sitting in a plane flying, but driving the plane. That's what Jason did because he's a show off and he got skills. Homie's got mad skills, so I understand he wants to show them off. So if you're looking for a high quality, but honestly, it's very inexpensive, 12-volt charger to plug in your vehicle, whatever kind of vehicle it is. This one's neat because you'll see in the video, it kind of inserts in and twists so it locks in and it won't pull out. And it's got, I think, a USB 3 and a USB-C, both. So it can charge pretty quickly. So I think it's like $13 too. So check out that video if you could use something. Honcho Fed is in the house.
What's up?
And apparently, Mystic Guns is excited by that. Nice. So it's good to see that there's a man in her life that can get her excited. Wait, what? Yeah. So I've got, so we've got 2 of these then since last week. I'm telling you, time has been flying because I could have swore these were done the week before, but these were published on Friday where we did the show Thursday. And then on Friday, I published.
It's hard to keep track of all your guitars and stuff.
It is. Dude, I'm down to 20 working guitars right now.
Really?
And I have one that's in pieces that I may put back together. I may not. I haven't decided. I probably will at some point. But anyhow, I was up to like almost 40 at one point, and I'm whittling them down. And unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck at 20. Like I'm having trouble identifying ones that I'm willing to part with at this point. This one, I didn't think I was going to part with it. I actually put it up on Reverb to sell, and I had it up there for a while at a higher price than I thought I would be able to get for it. And then the way they do things is they will do a special promotion. If anyone is watching your sale, it's like eBay where you can watch them. If anyone's watching it and you lower the price by 10% or more, they'll send an alert out to those people. Hey, this item you were watching, the price has been reduced by enough that it's worth looking. So I raised the price. I didn't want to lower it a whole 10%. Like, you know what? I'll raise it for a couple days. Then I'll come in and chop it by like 12%. And that'll put me right where I want to be on the price. And before I could come back and change it, someone bought it. They actually sent me an offer that was higher than I was going to lower it to anyway. And yeah, so I was like, yep, it's yours. But that's one. It's a faded Gibson SG. And that's not it in that video. It's part of that video. There are 2 videos in here plus the written stuff. Really, really neat little guitar. I really liked it. I got a smoking deal on it like a little over a year ago and was like, yeah, I like this enough. I'm just keeping it. But then one of my kids had a medical procedure and the bills for it were more than I expected. So I was like, you know what? Let me take some money out of the bank. And that right there was part of the money out of the bank. So, because I figure I could leave money in the bank where inflation's just going to destroy part of the value, or I could buy cool stuff and play with it and then sell it when I need it. TJ, you should fly out here the 7th for TriggerCon. Less than 2 hours in my house. TriggerCon, that's not by like Rainier and that group, is it? Rainier Arms?
I think so.
Because Rainier Arms is on my shit list because they gave the customer list of everyone who bought like force reset triggers when they were completely legal, when there was no reason to expect that they were not legal and people bought them. They turned over that list to the ATF. And I was like, wait a second, that's jacked up. That's breaking the code. You know, you don't, what do they say? Snitches get stitches. In this case, I think any brand that's going to sell out their customers like that, they just deserve to go out of business. So it was Rainier and someone else did it. And I'm blanking on who the other one was.
When you think about leaving Friday?
What?
Are you leaving Friday for the IV88 or?
Okay, the way you responded, I was like, did he not hear anything I was saying? Because he just changed the topic on me. Or is that a clue? Is that the hint?
I'm looking at flights right now, and they have one that lands at 6:44 a.m. in Charlotte on Friday.
Uh-huh.
And
I would probably leaving later than that, but figure if it lands at 6:44, you should be available at 7:30 or so.
I would be there. Yeah, I would be. That's what I'm trying to figure out because I'm looking right now, and that's still in that 175 range.
Yes, Travis T. That's it. Big Daddy Unlimited. Yep. And those companies, like, you know what? You get into this business, you need to understand that you don't turn over people for doing things that are legal. You know, that's jacked up. And that's the code, bro. You break the code, I got no use for you. So anyhow, Friday. I mean, if you need me to be there at 7:30 or so to pick you up, I could do that.
No, I'm just asking because I like the cheaper flights were with me landing first thing in the morning on Friday, and I was like, well, if you're heading by Charlotte, just scoop me up and off we go.
That's cheaper than coming in the night before?
Yeah, crazy, okay. like $150 cheaper.
Oh yeah, we can do that then. Whatever, we can sort that out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're sorting it out now. I was going to say we'd sort it out after, but hell,
I'm trying to
we're sorting it out now.
I'm multi-that. Well, you're talking about guitar stuff, so you know me. I'm just like.
That's what writing should have been on the wall when I started scrolling through guitars that you were going to find a way to get off. But anyhow, look at these pictures. That thing was almost brand new. So
that is sexy. I took a look at the guitar. I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah. So if you like AC/DC, that is the classic Gibson SG. Man, that one sounded good too. I'm kind of myself for selling it because I also sold this one, which is the most expensive guitar I've ever owned. I sold this one for like $2,200 or something. At SG Standard, it's a special edition gold series, had gold hardware and white. It was gorgeous and it played nice and it felt really nice. It had a really glossy finish on it that made the neck feel really good when you're playing, and it was
it's important
got it,
about
and
the
I
neck
thought,
feeling good.
I know. I don't know. Oh, dang, Snob, that hurt. Ukulele. Yeah. Well, we got the ukulele out last week, and it's actually still within arm's reach now. So,
Oh Jesus! Well, we do have
I
long
actually
arms, so
thought
it's within
I
6
would
feet.
get yeah. So I've got floor guitars. I've got a floor ukulele. I've got floor helmets. I have floor. Those are not not apple juice bottles. In case I'm working and I don't want to stop to go. I can whatever. I have a couple different types of floor night vision, but I keep the guns locked up now, so I don't have floor guns.
No floor
But
gun.
anyhow, I shipped these Gibson SGs. I had two Gibsons. I shipped them the same day. One sold on one day, the other sold the next day. I got them all boxed up together, dropped them off at the same time. My plan was I'll list them both, and whichever one sells first, I'll keep that and sell the other one. I mean, I'll sell the one that sold first. I'll keep the other one. But then they sold back to back. I was like, crap. I
What
didn't
am I
want to
gonna
sell both
do?
of them. But for that shape, I've still got one that is that same kind of SG shape. It's just a different brand. It's a cheap Chinese brand, but it actually plays just about as nice. It's almost as nice as the ones that I sold. So like whatever, and it's a whole lot cheaper. I got $100 in that one, so it doesn't hurt me too much to keep it. I have not gone to extendo mags on any of my guitars just yet. I got concerns about legality of that, or just not stupid. So, as I worry about that.
Oh, I know.
Clearly, right? Another from AJ. This is wrapping up our published reviews. The RFX 25 Micro Green Dot review. He gave this 4.5 out of 5. You saw the other review that AJ did. He only gave 3 out of 5. This one's a full 4.5 out of 5. That's pretty intense. And I think part of the reason for that is he's running it on a shotgun, and he got it to put it on a pistol, and he couldn't. I think you can read through it and you'll understand all of this. He intended to put it on a pistol, and he didn't have the right adapter plates for it, so he's like, "Screw it, I'll just put it on this shotgun." And an inexpensive micro dot going on a shotgun, it's like you're asking for problems. So it's actually pretty. It's actually pretty impressive, I think, and that has a lot to do with why he gave 4.5 out of 5 gears, I believe. But if you have any interest in understanding more about the RFX 25 from Viridian, then I highly recommend you read through here. AJ gave lots of detail, and he can help you figure out if that's one that might bring you joy and happiness and all of that stuff. And let's see, man, we published a lot lately. I really need to get our newsletter out. So if you want to be a part of the newsletter and you're not already, we got the sign up form that's over here on the side of the screen. It's down. You scroll a little bit, get past ads and where you can order Gear Report shirts, and then you have our sign up form for the newsletter. So check that out if you like. The Patreon link is not displaying now. I must have done something to break the code for that. Because we do have a Patreon if anyone's into that. You can get to it from up here, though, I think. I'm going to check it. I have no interest. We have a I forgot we had a Pinterest. We got all kind of stuff. We got Facebook, Instagram,
everything.
Pinterest.
If it's
only
on the
one of the
computer
YouTubes
webs,
listed up there. We got Twitter, Tumblr. We got all kind of stuff.
Tumblr.
Okay, so that concludes the recent reviews section of the program. It only took 39 minutes to get that far in. We're going to switch back to the important little thing here.
WTF.
Yeah. Okay, so why? Oh, because I didn't stop sharing it. That's why. There we are. We're back.
Hey, Kristen, you're
okay.
You were a little blurry for a second. Now you're looking crisp.
Yeah.
Because you.
So. Oh, really? Did that mess it up?
Yeah. When you move back, you get blurry.
I get out of focus blurry or pixelated blurry?
Out of focus.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Wow. There is a degradation in sexiness when I back up.
It is. Like, ooh, who's that guy? What channel do we have? Oh. I mean, I look homeless enough. I mean, I've got the scruff going.
Well, and you're frozen with kind of a type, not the face, but
not the good time, not the good face.
You look startled, and you're still frozen.
I am startled.
So that's entertaining.
You're startled. I like to stay frozen.
Oh, he's moving again.
There we are.
Yeah. What's the big song that everyone likes from Frozen?
Let It Go.
That one. Yep.
We watched that the other day.
Okay, review queue. I don't know if we have anything actually in the queue right now. I think that I got the last one. I think that Viridian one was the last one that was in the pending queue from other people.
Are you queue emptied again?
Yeah, and I was actually
on the ball. I'm slacking.
I was starting to write the Maxim Defense PDX 300 blackout, and
I saw the picture on Instagram again on the Instagrams.
Oh, goodness. And my wife is like, oh, you remember, I'm terrible about getting taxes done. I get so pissed off when I have to work on taxes. Just the thought of all the money that the government takes and how they just, like, we are slaves on the tax plantation, and they just stick it to us all the time. So I get so upset thinking about that I just don't want to do them.
We need a IRS thumbnail.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I haven't been able to work on that. And then the other thing that came up for me is my youngest is the competitive swimmer, where we've traveled all around for her to swim. And she had basically been saying she wanted to kind of go out with a bang at the end of her club swimming career. Like, she's not even swimming in high school because she's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's every now and then there will be a good person to swim against, but she does the travel swimming where she swims against nothing but the good people. So the high school meets would be a great ego boost because she'd win everything.
Destroy them.
At most meets. Most of the time she'd win just about everything. Every now and then she'd run into someone else that was fast, but it's just, she swims year round, and most of the kids do it like because their friends do it, and it's a fun place to go see the other kids in swimsuits. So, she's just serious about it. It's like, what's the point? Those practices are a waste of my time.
Yep.
And if I don't go to them because they're a waste of my time, they won't let me swim in the meets. But she can't work as a lifeguard and a swim coach and go to her practices and go to the high school practices. So she's like, something's got to give. High school.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, would have been neat to tell people the rest of your life that you're like a state champion or something. But she's like,
but I mean, if you want to go to the next level, you got to push yourself. You got to compete against the better people.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, for like 3-4 weeks, probably a month or two ago, she started saying, yes, she did have a serious interest in swimming in college, and not just casually swimming, like club swimming or whatever, like finding a team that's a good fit. Ooh. And trying to get scholarships.
Nice.
Well, this is a completely different thing than we had been planning for. And the more I started digging into it, the more I realized, and this blew my mind. Were you aware that a lot of people are reaching out to college coaches when their kids are in the 8th grade or 7th grade. And
not supposed to.
yeah, but they're doing it. And,
Oh,
and at a minimum, like by the time their kids are freshmen in high school, and sometimes kids are getting scholarship offers as 8th or 9th grade.
yeah.
And
It's
crazy.
college coaches aren't there's there's the NCAA rules. You're not allowed to talk to freshmen unless you're one of the academies, like the West Point or Air Force Academy, stuff like that. And then after that, you can talk. I think when they're juniors, end of the junior year, I think you can talk to them, or end of the sophomore year, you can talk to them. There's all kinds of rules that NCAA coaches have to go by.
Right.
So
but the kids can reach out at any time. And this, you probably know the rules better than I do, but I've spent way too much time the past week watching videos and reading stuff just to figure out what we can and can't do, because I don't want to screw something up.
she's what year is she? Senior this year?
Senior, yeah.
She can do anything she wants.
She can do whatever she wants.
She can call the coaches. She can email the coaches. She can.
And coaches can reach out to her directly.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's the thing. Like before a certain date in their junior year, the kid can always reach out to a coach. Doesn't matter when, they can always reach out. But the coaches have windows where they can reach out until they get to their senior year.
Yeah.
Once the kid gets
the academies,
year, the coach
the
can
academies, the special academies, they get leeway. So Air Force, West Point, stuff like that, they kind of get first pick. So but to get in the academy, you have to jump through a lot more hoops though. So it takes a little longer to get in there.
Yeah. So anyhow, we've been doing a lot of that, and I'm excited that we're actually hoping to hear back today. She sent a note on Sunday. She sent an email to 4 or 5 different coaches, like a generic introductory email. And she got 3 minutes after she sent the note to, I was thinking, was that the first? It wasn't the first Division I school that she sent a note to, but it was one of the first. And it's the biggest Division I school in terms of athletic reputation. She sent a note to, and 3 minutes later, the coach was texting her.
She might have been on the radar already.
And they set up a call the next.
Yep.
I think they talked or they text back and forth. I think they text back and forth at that time. And after a couple questions, he said, hey, go to this link and fill out this questionnaire. So she did that online. And then he said, can you talk on Wednesday? So that was Sunday. On Wednesday, she actually came up to my studio and sat right beside me here. So we had multiple screens up. So as the coach was talking, I was taking notes on one. She never even told the coach I was there.
Yeah.
But I just listened to everything and I took notes, and I was bringing up things on the other screen as they're talking. As he talked about something, I'd Google and bring stuff up, and that was kind of neat. But he said that well, I'm going to ask admissions to do a pre-read, and if that goes well, I want to bring you up for an official visit. And that's where I learned that you only get 5.
You only get a few official visits. So you can unofficially visit a school.
Yeah, and he's talking about coming up for like 2 days and staying there and doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's an awesome experience for her just to go, enjoy the college experience for a couple of days. And
so she's pretty pumped because we weren't optimistic that any big D1 schools would be interested. She's fast, but she's not like Olympic fast.
Yeah, but coaches look at, a lot of coaches aren't looking at Olympic fast. They're looking at, all right, if we put her in the weight room and we do this training, if she's got the build and she's got the potential, a lot of coaches, it's most of the time it's potential. Because you look at high school, unless there's a freak athlete that is already at collegiate level, you're fine. But most of the time it's, he's got potential or she's got potential, and okay, let's bring her in, see the work ethic, and the work ethic's good, then okay, there you go.
Yep. And I guess a lot of people don't do video in swimming like they do in some sports. Like if you play football and you don't have a huddle account, you're screwed apparently.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
you
yeah.
have all kind of highlight videos.
Yeah,
Well,
you're gonna have the
you really get
whole
highlight
huddle account.
videos in swimming. But I did have a coach. We went and visited another school 3 weeks ago, probably 3-4 weeks ago, and that coach was saying, I said, "Hey," he said, "Do you have any questions in general?" And I said, "Hey, we're new at this. I know other sports do a lot of video. Is video useful to you?" He said, "Yeah, it can be, definitely." I said, "Okay, great. I'm the one that's going to be tasked with doing that. So tell me exactly what you want to see."
That's my job.
And I'm saying like, and I'm saying not for you. Like if you want video, I'll be happy to send you the video when we get it done. But I mean, as a coach, what do I need to have in it? Like, tell me what angles and what shots to get. Um, because all the other stuff that's between you and my kid.
Yeah.
Y'all work that out. And if it's a good fit, you guys figure that out. I'm here to drive. I'm like the Uber
Yep.
to drive the kid around. And I have been tasked with doing video.
I get
So
the video. Yep.
help me give you the best video in terms of helping you answer the
That's good.
questions that you need. And he told me what would be useful. And I was like, hey, I bet I already have a bunch of that. So I think we're good there. But anyhow, where I was going to go with that is you were talking about potential, and he seemed to be very interested in looking at the video and saying, okay, she's swimming at this pace, which is a pretty good pace to begin with. He wants to watch a video to see what he can identify that he can fix.
Yep.
Like, okay, you're swimming 26-second 50 free. If we fix these 3 things, I can get you to 23 without too much problem.
And I'll get I'll get points in every competition. And
yep.
I mean, it's all about the points and stuff. So
yeah, but it was interesting. She actually applied to a couple schools. One of them was down by you, the North Florida, UNF, and she got excited and applied to the school. And I think later realized that their team's faster than she thought they were, because we were looking at the initial numbers from last year. And it was a post-COVID recruiting class, and most people were slower across all schools.
COVID jacked all those scores and distance and times and everything else.
She applied to a bunch of schools that when she sent notes to. She only applied to 2, and she heard back from one yesterday, and it freaked me out because it's on the other side of the country, and it had nothing to do. She hadn't talked to the coach. But admissions, I got an email from them today saying, wanted to congratulate you as the parent of a child that's been admitted. And I'm like,
here's your bill.
I'm like, do I really want my kid going to a school in New Mexico? It's a big school, and they have an awesome swim team. So I hope that she can get that coach's attention if she wants to go there. But I hope she goes somewhere closer. But damn, it looked like a really nice program. So. We'll see. Anyhow, I don't know how much of our audience wants to hear about all this, but
everybody left
excited by all of this. And with TJ being a coach, a high level coach that puts a lot of kids on, Division I college teams. He has good feedback and thoughts on this. So sorry for boring the people who left when we talked about that. We can talk about things we're going to review. Although I tell you, I don't know how much is going to get published between now and next week, because
I know it's going to be rough.
Tomorrow I've got to pack for a weekend scout trip. It's going to be really cool. A big Sea Scout thing where we'll get together with units from all over this region, not just our state, but our region, and do a bunch of competitions and fun things. And it's really going to be a neat weekend. I'm excited for my scouts for that. And then I've really got to get that tech stuff finished up as soon as I get back and get it over to Truesdale, one of our fraternity brothers who has been my accountant for years. So he can get that done, because we need real numbers for financial aid applications for college, so they can assess how much money we get or don't get. Because I didn't realize that that generally colleges have a sliding scale for tuition based on how much money you make.
Oh yeah.
And that pisses me off because that and taxes.
Because you can afford to pay if you make X amount of dollars, and if you make under X amount of dollars,
it's
then
wrong.
well, no, but then we'll loan you money at that point, and you can just pay it back later.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, so I don't know how much is going to get published before the show next week, but hopefully I'll be able to get a couple things up there.
We'll get IV88 coming up, so that's going to be good. We'll have some good stuff.
That's going to be next week, and I've got to go probably Monday. I'm trading a guitar, which I'm going to have to do a little driving to do that. Man, it's going to be a rough week next week.
Long week.
Yeah.
It looks like the way it looks like is I'm flying into Charlotte Friday morning early. So I'll be there when you swing by.
Yeah. And I can get out early. I'll just pack everything.
Because it costs more to go to Snob's place. Sorry, Snob. It's like double.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, then you'd have to endure all the looks from people all the way there, assuming,
with the rainbow license plate. I know.
Right. Yep. Which I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could just own it and say whatever.
I mean, well, listen, we probably look that way. Who knows? Yeah. I'll shave. I'll look all pretty.
Yeah, you'd say, don't hate the game, hate the players.
Yeah.
Or is that how that goes? I don't know. Yep. Anyhow, so I don't know how much is going to get published between now and next week, but then we have the Iraq Veteran 88 range event. So we need to figure out what product we want to come out of that, because we have traditionally not produced much content from that event. That's been more of a fun event, more of a team building. I honestly have treated that as a Gear Report team building event for years and not had much interest in producing content. I think we probably need to identify one or two
who's going to be there,
1 or 2 items or brands, and do like a feature.
I'm gonna sprawl myself across the Live Free Armory table and just like boom. Here you go, guys. That's right. I said
that'll go over well. I'm sure
it will.
Yeah. Can you get a Gun Snob shirt before you do that? Like maybe not.
Oh no, yeah,
Your report shirt.
No, you have to wear the plaid button down. That's the Snob signature shirt.
Oh, is it?
I always see him in it.
Huh?
You ever see him? You ever see him in a t-shirt?
I don't really look at
that. See?
I see a friggin' fence post, the top of a fence post with a pistol on it. That's all I see.
That fence post is sexy, though. I'm gonna throw it out there. That's a good looking fence post.
Snob's got nice wood.
My fence is not as cool as the fence post.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. It's aging well. Gary.
Pearl snaps. I don't know what that means.
I don't want to know.
You kids and your slang terms. How am I supposed to know what that is?
Yes, come on. We're only in our 50s.
I'm not yet. I have a little time. A couple days.
So
what's the date today? Crap. I've only got a couple days left.
I feel so old.
Yeah, so my kids were Snob always wears shirts with pearl snaps. Is that like a pearl necklace type thing? Because I'm confused. But it would go with the license plates, I guess. So I don't know. I'm not up on all of this.
Are you hip kids in your lingo?
I know. So maybe we'll have a little bit of camping gear review stuff. I got a new solar panel with a battery. Oh, you know what I got? Oh, you're going to be excited about this.
Am I going to be excited? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I'm excited about it, and I was thinking of you when I got it.
Okay, well, then I might be excited about it.
Do you remember the bonus feature of the big military tent of the portable castle when we were in Florida at the Fire Expo a couple years ago? What was that? The bonus feature. It had its own ecosystem.
Yeah, the water dripping from the inside of the tent.
Right. So water vapor would come up from making coffee or from the ground or
We
breathing or
were growing
whatever,
things in there.
and it would condense on the roof, and then it would rain overnight
So bad.
because we didn't have enough air moving. So I got a couple things. I got a solar powered fan
Ooh,
that we'll have to
nice.
figure out how to affix it in one of those peak vents, one of the vents up at the very top
Right.
of the roof. If we can put it up there and set the solar panel on top, then all day long, whenever the sun is on it,
It'll pull the heat out.
then it'll be pulling the heat out of that very top section of the roof. So it should be more manageable temperature during the day. And then I also got another little solar panel with what is it called? A LiFePO battery, like lithium ion, the new type. It's got a battery, a charge controller, and a solar panel. So between those two, we can run it off the solar panel during the day directly
Charge up the battery.
and have another one charging the solar battery so we can run it at night if we need to
Nice.
keep the condensation down.
Awesome. I won't wake up soaking wet. Like, why am I so cold?
You will, but it'll be, someone will have urinated on you.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that happened last time too. But
Oh my goodness.
But the second time, it was just dripping off where the cross members went through. It just dripped on me constantly, and I was like, what in the hell is going on?
So that's what I was thinking. Is what I think? Maybe I can solve this for him and get a vent fan to keep the air moving, so we don't have the condensation.
I appreciate the effort. I'm excited about it because it was really cold.
I also got a bigger portable shower stall.
Awesome. I need it because when I swung around, I skinned my head.
I don't know what kind of sick stuff you're trying to get me to click on, but we had a show. It was several months ago where like people took off in the comments saying, "Who have Jeff look this up?" And it was all kind of like, "Why would you want me to look at that?" And you know what? I'm not falling for that again. All right, we did that one show.
I think once a year it should be viewers' choice. Like Jeff reacts to the viewers' pervertedness, and just here, look at this, Jeff. Like, all right,
and part of me thinks about like, I honestly learned a lot on that show. I realized exactly how
I learned a couple things.
Deviance.
And I had half that stuff was saved on my phone anyway. So and I learned a couple things like, whoa, look at that.
Right. All right. I'm gonna move over here.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh God.
I'm back.
It's like max headroom over there.
Oh, and I'm out of focus a little bit. Let me
on the wall. Oh, there you go.
Went too far. No, I think that's it. There we go.
I feel awkward right now.
I am so happy. Your camera, and in my opinion, show of hands in the audience, do you like TJ's new camera? Because when we were testing earlier and you didn't have the light right in front of you, I was like, oh, it's better. He can zoom in. He gets a better framing.
All right.
But it doesn't look right.
How come the other camera works so good now?
Because yeah, dude. So people,
low tech TJ.
Low tech TJ told me how to fix my camera to brighten it up so it's actually usable. The second one, the one with the white background, it was way too dark out of the box. I couldn't use it.
It was two separate people. It was scary.
And TJ's looked the same. But he went into the Windows system and fixed it and then told me how he did it. So I was able to fix mine. So now I have the second camera so I can show you what am I telling people if I hold this up? That I'm a hoe.
I'm looking at it. It's impressive that I can't see it on the left camera, but I can see it on the right. And I'm like, that's pretty good.
I know. You like how I set that up?
I need another camera now.
Yeah.
So we have 4 cameras.
It's a headlamp from Olight. And
Olight?
Yeah.
My favorite people.
Oh yeah. And I love them because they're so oblivious to the way things work in the US that they're entertaining. They're frustratingly entertaining.
Did you have to have the
And
review done today?
hmm?
Did you have to have the review done like today when you received it?
Oh no, I've had this for a year and a half or
Oh,
something. And um the problem I have with Olight is while their business practices are shady as hell and they're annoying, genuinely annoying, and I genuinely dislike dealing with them because they want everything done right away and they expect like Amazon 5-star reviews
yeah.
on everything no matter what. And like they want to ship something 3 days before it's released and have the review drop at 8:30 a.m. on the day it's released. And I'm like,
Doesn't work that way.
yeah, I'm not bumping everything else in my life to
Right.
get your $30 flashlight review done.
Like, you could just hire somebody to write a review, and you could publish it and run it through
They
somebody
do
else's
it.
account and be done, which I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Well, you mean I could hire someone?
No, somebody else. They could, Olay could hire somebody and run it through.
Yeah.
They could run it through their own account and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome! I love it. 5 stars."
So with all the things I hate about working with Olight, it actually annoys me that
It's
all
so
of the
good.
products that I've gotten
They're
from
solid.
them, I like them
They're
more
good.
than I want
I
to
know.
dislike them, and I like every one of them. And it
Yep.
pisses me off because like we have a great relationship with Streamlight, and which reminds me, they've had a couple new things come out. We need to look over the list and see
I bet
if we
Snob would be
do
excited.
anything. Oops. Yeah, so it annoys me when I like the Olight stuff because Streamlight is amazing to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Olight are douches to work with. I'd much rather work with, only talk about Streamlight stuff. But at the end of the day, we do honest reviews. And whether I like the company or not, whether I think their business practices and how they work with reviewers is appropriate or not,
it's based on the product.
I got to write about the reality of their products. And in reality, I actually like everything I've tried from Olight. So it pisses me off to say that.
I have nothing from Olight. If you can believe
would you like a
Nope.
headlamp?
Nope. If it's gun stuff, we'll talk. If it's anything else.
Did you get cookies from them?
I did.
When we went to the
I cookies, and I still have the fan that they gave me.
That I did. I'll tell you, as much as I was annoyed by that experience going to their little press conference thing at SHOT Show, I did enjoy that we were there with Dustin and texting. I enjoyed texting back and forth with Dustin during the event, basically just making fun of how clueless the Olight people were for how they were running it. That was enjoyable. I like that. I really don't like this camera angle. All right, back to normal.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm bigger now. I like it that way.
Oh, really?
It's weird just because.
So that turns you on, is what you're saying?
Yeah. $20 is $20. Damn, son! I gotta fly up to Charlotte.
Oh, guess what else I got? I got to show you this. Let me bring this back on.
Oh, gee. Oh, God, scary, Jeff.
All right, so we saw a couple weeks ago, I busted out. Oh, I'll get the mic out of the way. I busted out my big boy tablet, right?
Big boy tablet, yep.
My 10.1 inch tablet in a fancy foam case with it's a handle, or I can flip it and use it as a stand.
And you can drop it because it's foam.
So, but it's a little big for sometimes. So I got this little one. This is, instead of a 10, it's like a 7-inch tablet.
But it doesn't have a foam covering.
I know, and I'm terrified to take it anywhere and use it.
That thing. I think it's gone.
It feels like just a large version of a phone. So it is a little bigger than my
like my phone.
Yeah, like you see,
like my Android.
It's a little bigger than the phone. This is the phone sitting on top of it. Oh, by the way, do you see the little flash on my phone there? See the little
Yep.
white flashing thing?
Mm-hmm.
That is a neat tip that I learned. You can use, most cell phone cameras don't filter out infrared, and most cameras and other devices, like if you check into an Airbnb or a hotel room, you can go around the room, shut the lights out,
No.
go around the room with your camera
Nope. I
and
don't want to know.
see what blinks at you.
I don't want to know.
But that's how a lot of people have found that their rooms are bugged with cameras, is by going around the room with their cell phone camera, or um, or these little cameras like you've got, like I've got. What we're using are actually, I think they're actually made and designed to be security cameras.
Probably.
But they have a focus and a zoom capability, and that makes them amazing, and they're inexpensive. So it makes them really, really cool for doing this kind of broadcast. Like I feel like it's a big upgrade. Looking at that, how clear yours is, how clear mine is.
Well, I'm way excited because I can sit. Like I said, main thing is I can reach my table. I can do. I want to go look over here. I get flights pulled up on this one, over on this one,
So
and it's fine. Versus before, I was. This is where I had to. This is where I had to sit before with the other camera, and I can't reach the table. So now I'm here.
awesome. So
much better.
yeah, I'm happy about that. But these cameras, they don't have that IR filter, and it's an additional layer in the lens stack. So so you can pick up all of those little things. Let's see. We've talked about upcoming reviews a bit to some degree, which the biggest thing is the Iraq veteran event coming up. It's their 10th year doing this, which is kind of interesting because I'm pretty sure I went to the third one. First one I went to was year number 3. So I missed the first 2. And then I've gone every year but one since then. And that one was when the hurricane was coming, and we're just like, it'd be stupid to go put yourself in the path of a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
And it did go right over them, and they got completely soaked.
Yeah.
All right, so we're officially neck deep in shit shooting here.
We have been.
Yeah, I know. All right. Oh, I got a text from one of my kids about when we're leaving tomorrow to go on our camping trip, which should be
nice,
entertaining. Yep. Let's see. What else shall we talk about before we wrap things up? Now would be a good time to remind people of a couple things. Number one, if you have not noticed the ticker at the bottom, we do have a Patreon if you're into that kind of thing. If you have an interest in that, please go look it up, check it out, and see if there is a way to participate that would make you happy. If you're not into it, then don't, because I'm not twisting anyone's arm. If you want to be a part of that, if not, then I don't want you to do something you're not comfortable with. The other thing is we are sponsored by Maximum Defense.
Yes.
Which is, I still find myself, I'll be honest. Have you run into a situation like this? This is the second time that I've worked with a brand that I was intimidated by, and producing the review takes way longer than it should because I want it to be perfect. And I'm not saying the product is perfect. I want the product to be perfect. I'm saying I want my execution of that review to be perfect, because I feel like there are certain brands that it's like, if you're going to work with this brand, you got to do everything right, because that's how they do things.
You got to bring your A game.
And right. And I feel like I'm so self-conscious about that it's taking way longer than it should, because I'm afraid that I'm going to put out something and they'll be like, really? And it's going to be 100% true and honest, but I feel like for the best products, for the more exclusive products and things, I feel like that I need to do more, because someone looking to buy that, they cost so much more. They're gonna want more information, and it becomes this big hurdle. It's like, yeah, but my normal gun review is like a 20-hour process or more. And I feel like this should be like a 60-hour process or something. And when do I have time to do that? So they end up just getting pushed and pushed because I don't have time to do it to the level that I want to. And at some point I'm like, damn, they're going to hate me because I haven't done this yet. So I just need to get it done. And then I've got the MD9 from Maxim as well that I need to get done. And I have
so much sexiness over there.
Did you get a pistol brace yet?
No.
Okay, so I've got an old school pistol brace in my stack of parts that you can have. If I can't find, like, I'm wondering if my other pistol brace is in the safe at Quarter Horse Arms, because Maxim sent me an extra pistol brace.
Yeah.
I can't find it. Like, I don't know where I put it. I thought it was in one of the PDX box or the MD9 box, and it's not in either one of them. And now I'm like sitting here scratching my head, like, where did I put that? Oh, I should look in my range bag, and I should look on, I've got a shelf system for review ammo, and it could be on there on top of the ammo. Yep. I'll have to look there. I have to get to it. All of that is behind a couple pallets full of Humvee parts, which makes it hard to get to. So,
nice.
Anyhow.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got what do I have coming up? The DVG1, the DB9, and then the Memperlite stuff, the sights, and then the AR sights and the optic.
So, speaking of upcoming stuff,
and then I have a shoot on Saturday.
Oh, right, like day after tomorrow, right? The long range one?
Yeah, the long range one. So we're going to shoot out to 1,000 yards with the Christensen arms, whatever they're bringing out with the primary arms optics, with frog
I
beds.
just saw. I can't remember the name now. I'd have to go log into my LinkedIn, but they've got a new head of marketing.
Oh.
And now I'm going to have to look it up.
So I'll be out there. They're supposed to have primary arms is supposed to have some reps out there because they get the new optics, I think, coming out. So
cool.
So hopefully it'll be one of theirs. So that'll be fun. And then there's a bourbon tasting after the in the evening. So
it's like they custom made this event.
They did. That's crazy. Almost like, hey, what does TJ want? He likes to shoot guns, and then afterwards he likes to drink some bourbon and eat some food. We can do it. Awesome. Thanks, Frog Bones. Love it. And I bought an extra ticket, so I get, if nobody else wants to go with me, I've got an extra ticket for the bourbon tasting.
You can't get someone else to go with you?
It's you would think out of my family, the Persketties, the problem is football. It's football Saturday.
Football.
Crystal's a Gator fan, so sure to be bummed. K-Man likes the Gators. He may end up going with me. If not, I might just pick up a rando out front. Like, hey, you want to drink some bourbon? Let's go.
So the new executive vice president of marketing at Christensen Arms is Willie Vernon, and in this picture, Willie is actually Willie is a redheaded woman who just happens to have the name Willie. So keep an eye out for her if you see her there.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. They said they're going to have some primary arms reps down there, so I don't know.
Well, this is Christensen Arms.
Well, yeah, but they have Christensen Arms and primary arms reps are both going to be there. So
yeah. So if it's a big enough event that their new EVP of marketing is there,
nice.
Then
I will keep an eye out for Willie.
you can maybe earn some points by saying something like,
Well,
Lily, hey, congrats on the promotion. That was awesome. Loved what you did at Rec Specs. You know, those are the goggles for dogs.
mm-hmm.
And you could even lead with something like, weren't you at Vista for a while? I mean, wasn't that a couple years ago that we saw you in the Vista booth at SHOT Show?
Maybe.
But then you get to you name drop that you go to SHOT Show.
Yeah, I get to go to SHOT Show. People at Frogman still hate me for that. They're like, "Oh, you're already starting to book your." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm already looking at flights for SHOT Show." They're like, "We hate you."
We're gonna have to do that pretty soon.
Yeah, we are. We have to find a hood place to stay at.
Yeah.
Well, we got to step our game up from last year.
Ghost Tactical here with the dyslexic yo. We always appreciate you anyway, though. And once again, Ghost Tactical has booked a place at SHOT without even checking to see if we wanted to go in on it. So
I'm feeling the love.
I don't understand why it ever surprises me, because I should just know that's how it works.
I might just book a place, just randomly, like bam, there we go. Like,
wow.
right,
So I'm assuming he means
like we can fit 4 people. That's all we can go.
Oh, booked a flight, not a house. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I haven't even sent the note out to the Gear Report team to see who wants to go. So typically I think I send that out before we go to the Iraq veteran event. But I've been
I got to find out about basketball, Trey. If I can play.
Oh, right.
I could destroy some people.
They could be fun to watch.
Oh, destroy some people. It'd be so bad.
So what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, the people that are going to the Iraq veteran event. So OB, I heard he's Snob and OB. We'll have to see if anyone else is going. We need to get some ideas for some sort of collaborative stuff that we can do. So we show up with some ideas for that to make that a little bit more productive.
I'll start drinking.
Or we could just do that. And
that's where the best ideas come from.
Yeah, we do that and break out the ukuleles.
There you go. I got them. I'm bringing it.
And I feel bad. I feel like I'm kind of letting people down here because I haven't played my ukulele since the last Iraq veteran event.
Yeah, but you're probably way better than any of us just because you know how to play guitar and stuff.
I know a little bit about how to play guitar.
More than me.
I haven't tuned it. Actually sounds like it's only a little bit out of tune now.
Yeah. Better than mine. I think mine's out of tune every time I touch it. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Get the tuner. Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I can hear that it is somewhat out of tune. But I am hoping to make some time to practice before we go so that I can actually play some songs for people. I have yet to find the
that's the Ghost, that's the tactical ukulele.
Yeah, I know. I got distracted trying to talk and read at the same time. I've got ukulele charts for different chords. I don't have any actual like sheet music type stuff. I need to print some, and I'm tempted to take this to the Scout event this weekend, but I don't want to subject people to that. And more than anything, I don't want. So here's the deal. I'm afraid if I do it, then next time other people will want to do it.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that crap.
Yeah, I agree. Like, hey, no, this is for me only. You guys, simmer down now.
Yeah. So, anywho, I'll try to get some songs together. God, I'm just so happy with this one. It's really for as inexpensive as it was.
Yeah, like it's still holding up. It still sounds good. It still looks good.
The quality of the instrument's pretty good. That's where I get excited. Like we showed the picture of the white Gibson SG that I sold for like 21 or 2200 bucks last week.
Yeah.
Most expensive guitar that I've had, and I liked it, but I think one of my absolute favorites is the one over that shoulder, the red one, because I am in it for a total of about $70, and it plays almost 100% as good as the
Crazy.
$1,100 one
Right.
that I sold when I got that.
That's the way they get it.
The Air
You're like,
Force Way. Okay. But did you see the strap on the ukulele? It accented and kind of went with the colors on my Gear Report shirt. So that's a lot with I did that. Woods.
You always got to coordinate.
Yo.
It's good.
People being nice out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It happens sometimes. But Gary is not going to the Iraq veteran thing. Is that right?
What? Gary.
Well, I mean, if Snob's driving, I kind of would expect him to pick up Gary or Gary to go meet him at some point.
Gary can handle that much Snob.
What?
I don't know if Gary can handle that much in a truck with Snob.
It's a big truck. He can ride in the back.
Yeah, true. I mean,
I should make a Gear Report logo strap. So actually what I'm going to do with that, it's this side, isn't it? With that red one is, I'll show you.
He's going to show us now, everybody. Thanks, Ghost. That's awesome. Now he's got a freaking guitar, Ghost. Great.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the show when I get to torment TJ with guitar stuff. So I'm going to take all of this hardware off and sand this down so it doesn't have a logo on it. And I'm going to use my laser engraver to put Guitar Gear Report and the Guitar Gear Report logo on it. And then down at the bottom, I'll probably do like the wide Gear-Report.com here, and then the Guitar Gear Report down here.
I like it.
I'm so pumped.
I'm excited.
Time to do it.
I'm excited.
I know you are. I know you're trying to hide it.
Bastard. Thanks.
And then next week, if everything goes well, I will have something that looks like this, which is a very compact headless guitar. Only this is a 6-string. I'll have one like this that is a 7-string. And I'm going to trade someone.
It's got to be better because it's got one more string, right?
We were going to do it tonight, but I was like, no, dude, I've got this show. But I'm going to trade this American Fender. And this is a very hard to find. They call it a hardtail because it doesn't have a whammy bar or wang bar. I like calling them.
Whammy.
What in the world? Ghost was here for all of like 4 minutes, but at least he made it.
He did a drive-by. So
anyhow, this one that I've had for about 2 weeks, it's nice, but I bought it because I got a deal. I'm going to trade it for something that's worth a little over 2 times what I've got in this. So
nice.
I'm going to come out ahead on that one and get to try a 7-string, which I've never done before. So I'm pumped about that. But when I talk about what I traded for it,
I do.
It was this. They call it the hardtail with a through body, and it's kind of neat. But
you got to have faith, Ghost.
Unless someone buys it, if you have an interest in that, hardtail American Fender guitar, you can go to the Gear Report demo shop store on Reverb, where it's available for, I think I got it listed for like a little over $1,600, or it's that's
a bargain.
It's about $1,600 on if you get it off of the Gear Report guitars for sale on actual Gear-Report.com. You get a little bit cheaper there. But if no one buys it, then on Monday I'm going to trade it for a Strandberg 7-string, which will make me happy because I sold my my other Strandberg a month and a half ago, and someone just offered me a big pile of money, and I was like, can't really keep it if he's going to offer me that much money.
Yeah, I've done some things for a big pile of money.
Yeah. Hell, I've done some things for a little, not even a pile of money, for a little money.
Yeah, like you gonna pick up that change?
Yeah.
No
All right.
ghost.
I'm going to make a.
No,
Didn't know George Michael had a bar.
I do.
Okay. I'm just accustomed to being confused at this point.
No,
I think
just
TJ would like to
Jeff,
understand more about the purpose of a whammy bar.
I have no
Let me grab one of my
curiosity.
4 guitars.
I hate Ghost right now.
No, you love all of this.
Oh, Ghost.
All right.
Wait till I see you again.
Here's a whammy bar. All right.
I see the whammy bar.
I really
want me to show you my whammy bar.
I'm gonna get rid of that camera and just go with the main camera and hold it
There
up
you go.
here. So when you do the whammy bar,
Yeah.
it takes tension off the strings, so it drops
So it moves that end bar, or it tightens the strings, or it lessens the pressure on the strings.
See how this right here?
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
Away from the body.
Yep.
So when that comes loose, it takes tension off the strings, so they get looser.
But it takes them all off equally.
It does.
Awesome. Now I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ghost. And knowing is half the battle, kids.
It is. So some guitars have whammy bars, some don't. Yep. All right. That moment of silence as I read that was me censoring about 8 comments in a row going, nope, can't say can't say that either.
I already blocked them out. I'm just sitting here. I drink a beer. Like, okay, I can't say any of the stuff that's going through my head. Nope.
Yeah. So the official last call for this program.
Last call, people.
Taunt TJ. Tell TJ how much you appreciate being able to see him in much better, bigger.
I'm like in 4K now, people. Look at this. You can see the gray in my beard now. I'm gonna have to shave. Now I realize how bad I look, and I'm gonna have to step my game up. Sorry, everybody. I feel bad. I know. Is this what you guys see all the time? You guys don't tell me? Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
They're afraid that you would react poorly.
I mean, I'm not like a giant or anything.
I think I like that a little brighter. There we go.
That's better.
I'm going to turn it up all the way. Here we go. No, that's too much. I'm going down 1. There we go. I like that amount of lighting.
You look healthy there.
Yeah. What I don't like with this closer in, because with the regular webcam, I was like this big.
Yeah, I know.
Ish. And you couldn't see all the detail. Like, I didn't realize how crooked some of my bottom teeth are. I wore braces for years. It was a miserable experience. And my dentist used to make fun of the orthodontist. He was like, yeah, that guy you went to isn't a real orthodontist. He just does braces for people and tells them he's an orthodontist, but he's just a regular dentist, and he screws things up all the time. And I was like, yeah, but mine look great. Well, a couple years later, and the dentist was like, you watch, it's going to be a problem, because he did all of this work with you and your molars hadn't come in, your wisdom teeth hadn't come in yet. And half of the time when they come in, it's no big deal. The other half of the time, they squish everything and they knocked all these out of alignment. I wore braces for years, like 3 or 4 years. It sucked. I played trumpet in the band in middle school and high school, early high school. and trumpet, you're blowing on a mouthpiece where it pushes your lip up against your teeth, and I have braces in there, so my lips got shredded every day.
Is that what they call it? Playing trumpet?
Shut up. So I wore braces, and it was a miserable experience. And also, first couple of years that I wrestled, I would have to.
Oh yeah, you put the wax on
with wax.
Yep.
So that
I played basketball with them.
So I didn't have my braces sticking through my lip, and I had. It was miserable. And then after going through all that, a couple years later, they're all snaggletooth, worse than they were before I had braces.
I realize that it's all a scam.
Yep.
I had braces for probably 3 years. I wore braces, and like my wisdom teeth came in rotten, so they just pulled those out.
Yeah.
And then I quit wearing the retainer for, God forbid, like 4 or 5 months, and then they're crooked.
Yours look better than mine.
Yeah, but they're.
I need to go back to.
They're still like overlapping like this. When I floss, I have to go and go this way instead of straight up. Yeah. And I'm like,
if my parents,
they're like, oh, it helps your digestion. I'm like, oh crap.
My parents really should have gone back to that dentist and said, you got to give us some money back because you jacked this up, but they didn't.
I know. Not the crap on orthodontists. I'm sure there's some good orthodontists out there. I'm sure they do some good, but. Like when every kid around needs braces, thinking no. Food for thought, people.
All right, so everyone get ready. Give us some ideas. Think about ideas between now and the next show. So you give us some ideas next week. It will be getting ready to go to the Iraq veteran event. So
check out the vendors. Check out the vendors who are there. See if you want us to talk to anybody.
Yep. And what collaboration stuff we can do with other people who will see there, because they're all kind of YouTube.
I don't know if Adam's going or not. I'll have to see if he's going.
We'll probably see some new people this year. Who knows? I don't really care. We just go and hang out and have fun and talk to brands and get to know people.
It is a fun event. I love it.
All of that. All right. Is that the piece, or is that a made you look?
Oh God,
I'm not sure. Anyhow, give us any thoughts on that, or have it ready for next week. And I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. So a big thanks to our sponsor, Maxim Defense Industries. Go check them out. They've had some new things coming out, and I think they got some more things that are about to come out.
It's everything they have is the sexiest stuff on the market.
Yeah, the MD9, I think, is the last big thing that they released. And I've posted some videos of mine and shown it on this show a couple times. And pretty cool little 9mm little sub gun. I really like that. In fact, I'm tempted to make that a post sample and convert it to full auto.
I would do 9mm. That would be, see how it compares.
That would be kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Got to take advantage of being on an FFL that is a manufacturer and an SOT, and the ability to do that legally so that the ATF doesn't
drive up there so we could do that one day. Like, when are you shooting that? I'm there. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So thanks to Maxim. Thanks to our patrons and Patreon for all the help that they give us. Actually, Ghost Tactical. Last I checked, Ghost was one of our patrons. So thank you. We appreciate you. I don't do enough with the patrons.
You don't.
I need to go look. I was supposed to do a new shooting target every month. I think I have completely forgot to put new ones up the past few months. So
all the pictures are like, are we just the bastards out here? Like, what's going on? We get no love.
Yeah, but we've been publishing a ton of content. So
Jeff has. I haven't done crap.
We don't have any big patrons. We have a few small ones that kick a few bucks to the folks that they like to help out, and I do the same. And I'm a patron of a few people, and it's more symbolic than anything. The amount that's coming in, the amount that's going out, it's really more just to show people, hey, yeah, I like you enough. I'm a cheap ass. I like you enough to send some money to you every month. So
yeah, if Jeff sending you guys money, he must enjoy the content, because
I barely even watch other people's content anyway because I don't have time.
You're so bad.
and I shouldn't admit that, but if I like people, I like people.
I watch it like 2 to 3 times a day, depending on my eating habits and
your food recycling habits.
yeah. I mean, it depends on how many times I got to go.
Yep,
that's my YouTube time.
Yeah. So, all right. Before we shut it down,
that's just so scary. Oh God, no!
Oh yeah! Ha 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 ha! Yeah.
I feel violated.
Yeah.
Get
my job done. Oh, that's kind of neat. I can get them off centered, so I get the
so bad.
One.
Everybody, I'm stuck here. Thanks.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, you need a double point, like.
Oh, I should.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to do that. Oh, but then I'm gonna have to use something else to click. Hold on. Let me just.
Oh, he's not wearing the one night he's not wearing pants today. Everybody, see what happens.
All right, with that, I'm gonna hit the end stream button. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. We'll be back next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. We'll be on all the different. We're on 6 different channels, platforms, whatever. Check us out on the Gear Report Firearms channel if you don't mind. That's the one that needs the most viewing hours and views and watch time and all of that.
I'll throw some more stuff up there. I'll get
once we get that one monetized. Once we get that, and I did thank you for putting that one that I deleted back up. I appreciate that. And
that was one of my favorites, dude. It was doing so well before you deleted it too.
I'm a dumbass. But then at some point, we're gonna have to do something on the different platforms just to try them out. Like we have a Twitch channel. I haven't done hardly anything on Twitch because I don't really understand.
I like video games. I'll start twitching.
Yeah, do that.
So twitching.
And with that, I'm going to hit the button. So here, I'm going to point at this one. And then once I click, I'm going to point at the other one while it's shutting down.
All right.
We'll see how.
I'm already.
All right. Got to be quick on this. All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
Till next time, we'll see you at the range.